Good morning. In this video, I'll be reviewing another program by Naomi Kong. Also, I apologize. I'm a little bit sick this morning, so if my voice sounds a bit scuffed, that'll be why. But yeah, this program is called Full Week of Workouts for Beginners at the Gym. So, let's have a look here. This is once again, I'm really biased in favor of this program because it's a full body lower upper. So I think that's a fantastic way of programming 3 days a week, especially for beginners. So let's jump in. Day one, full body. Squats, 3 sets. Warm up, treadmill, 5 to 10 minutes. Like I covered last time I reviewed Naomi Kong, I don't think this is necessary. But equally, I don't think it hurts, especially if it's only 5 minutes or so. If you're running half an hour on treadmill, it can really affect your weight training negatively. You'll get a bit tired, you'll get a bit out of breath, and you won't be able to overload as much with the weights. But 5-10 minutes totally fine. You don't have to, but if you want to, not a problem. Especially if it's literally cold outside, you're coming to the gym physically cold. This can be really good. Then we go squats, 3 sets of 10. I won't cover it anymore after this, but I'd like to see an evolving rep range. So maybe it would be, for instance, 8 to 12 or something, just so you can progress through reps as well as just weight. But nothing wrong with that. The other thing as well is I'd maybe say 10 reps is a little high for a squat, especially for a beginner. Just because they're not going to be as... their form might start to break down a little bit towards the end. But the flip side is that she says squat, she doesn't say barbell squat, so there's a chance people would be doing this with dumbbells or like a goblet squat, and therefore the higher reps will allow them to get value out of the lesser weight they'll be using. So not the end of the world there. Then we go chest press, 3 sets of 12. I should mention also I really like this exercise selection of a squat. It's a great exercise, probably one of the best in the entire that you can pick. And also I like putting it first, so that's great. Then we go chest press machine, 3 sets of 12. Yeah, perfect. Good rep range. In fact, now I look, basically everything's 10 or 12, which is totally fine. And chest press machine is great. For beginners especially, like look, if it was someone more advanced, I might like to see, say, a dumbbell bench, something like that. But for beginners, it works really well. And also the flip side, where machines are much easier and quicker to warm up with. So for a full body day, especially if you're trying to save time, there's actually some value in doing machines. Because instead of having to work your way up to your working weight on a bench, you can just jump on the machine. But the flip side is if you're a beginner, your working weight's probably not that high, so you probably warm up quite quickly. So swings and roundabouts, but nothing wrong with chest press machine. Happy with that for beginners. Then we go seated cable row. Good exercise selection, probably the best, one of the best, unless you have a very good row machine, probably one of the best horizontal pull exercises for beginners, and even for people more advanced, it goes really hard, so I don't mind that at all. Then we go walking lunges. 3 sets of 10 per leg. Yep, I like that. The only thing I don't like is I'd like to have seen that. I kind of understand what she's doing. She's giving you a rest between, squats and then the walking lunges. But I would almost actually have preferred her to put that right after squats while you're still kind of fresh. But I don't hate it. I can see the logic of trying to give you a rest first, especially as a beginner. Maybe just let your legs cool off a little bit. And we finish on the Stairmaster, which I don't like. Other than, I talked about this a little bit in the last time I reviewed one of her programs. I don't like the Stairmaster as a hypertrophy exercise, but if you're trying to build a bit of fitness and general physical preparedness, then it's not a bad exercise at all. To be honest though, what I would probably ask is if I'd ask my clients to just go for a walk, especially up a hill, because I just think that's more fun, but there's nothing wrong with the Stairmaster. And then we go day 2, which is lower, and we have warm up on the treadmill again, which we talked about. Then we have Smith machine squats. I don't mind this at all. I think it's a good, especially if, imagine you're a beginner and you did like goblet squats on the first day, then this is kind of like an intro to barbells. Look, I'd probably prefer it to just be a barbell, but a lot of beginners, barbells kind of intimidating, Smith machines feel a bit easier, a bit more chill. And I like exercise selection. I think the Smith machine squat is actually a great exercise. Even for advanced people, it's really, really good, especially if you go all the way down as you should be. And I think sets is good, 3 sets of 10, totally fine. And I like that it's first. It's a heavy compound, put it first. Then we go leg press. I like this as well. Beginners, advanced, everyone, leg press is great, especially if you have a good leg press machine. For example, one at my gym is on a crazy steep angle, so it's pretty uncomfortable. But if you've got a good one, then yep, leg press is great. And works really well after squats, so that's awesome. Then we go split squats, 3 sets of 10. Yeah, these are really good. And I think these are a good introduction to single leg stuff, because I think probably Bulgarian split squats or something is better, like overall. But for a beginner, just split squats, very, very chill. Can just hold dumbbells or whatever, it's super easy. I think that's fantastic. And we finish with leg extensions, 3 sets of 12. Yep, leg extensions, once again, good exercise for everyone, but for beginners especially because they're so technically easy. And also, they're a great way to introduce people to the idea of mind-muscle connection, because everyone, even a beginner, gets mind-muscle connection on leg extensions. You feel the burn, you're like, holy shit, my quads are on fire. That's what it feels like. I do have a bit of a problem with this day, though, is that we have no hamstrings or glutes. It's just quads. Look, deep Smith machine squats, deep leg press will get your glutes a little bit, but there's definitely no hamstrings. And so I'd really like to see a hip hinge, or at the very least a hamstring curl. What I would probably do is I would superset the leg extensions with hamstring curls, or just add hamstring curls right afterwards. The other thing you could do is pop in for beginners like a 45-degree back raise. Just kind of, I mean, ideally, to be honest, what you put here is like a Romanian deadlift, but that's not great for beginners. So yeah, just like a back raise or some hamstring curls or something, just because we've only got quads on this day. And to be fair, I think the exercise selection for quads is pretty good. Look, the split squats are going to get your glutes actually, so maybe I'll take away a little bit about glutes. So yeah, I wouldn't even stress too much about that. I would just add hamstring curls to this day, lying or seated, whatever you want. Just some hamstring isolation, because obviously the hamstrings aren't getting any love. And look, I don't actually know that much about it. I'm not a physio, but I understand there's possibly some health concerns with only training quads and never training hamstrings. But also aesthetic concerns. You want big hamstrings, right? Then we go. Wait, excuse me, my scroll was broken. Okay, then we go day 3, upper. We go warm up, treadmill 5 to 10, which we talked about. We start on a lat pull down, 3 sets of 10. Like I think I said in the last review, I would normally get all up in arms about like not starting with a compound. But for beginners, starting on like some machine work, starting on lat pull down is not the end of the world. Lat pull down is a super easy, friendly exercise for beginners. Look, I would maybe like if she gave you just like an introductory compound. Like we had Smith machine squats, we could be doing like a Smith machine bench or something here, just to get you grooving a little bit. But I don't hate this for beginners. Look, this program, kind of spoiling my little conclusion at the end, but this program will get you through your first couple of months at the gym totally fine, and then you could progress from it. So that pull down 3 sets of 10. Then we go machine chest flies 3 sets of 10. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We haven't, yeah. So on day 1 we did presses, so yeah, flies I think is a good change. Then we go. Okay, this is cool. We have a superset. Then we go easy bar, shoulder press. Okay, I kind of don't like easy bar, shoulder press. So this is basically a military press, but done for the easy bar. I think a straight bar is probably just better for most people. And the other thing is it means you can unrack it out of a squat rack, which gets you used to squat racks. I understand maybe she thinks some of the people running this program won't be strong enough yet for that bar, but I would still just say straight bar, shoulder press. But I understand kind of what she's doing because she's supersetting it with easy bar bicep curls, which seems like a good idea. Except the problem is that you're going to use different weights for your curls to your shoulder press. So what I would probably do instead is just go to a squat rack, overhead press the bar, or if I'm not strong enough to do that, just go and get one of the little bars and overhead press that, and then get an easy bar and do my easy bar curls. And yeah, you're using 2 bars, but now you're using the correct weight for each thing. And then rest 1 2 minutes. I do like the superset though. I think supersets are good. To be honest, if you're not in a super busy gym, you could superset the lat pull down machine flies as well and get out of there super quick. Then she says rest for a total of 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, totally fine between supersets. I think supersets are great, even beginner programs, just to pop them in, just to show beginners that they don't have to rest between sets if they don't want to. It just gives you like an idea of some of the options available. Because what I always say to my clients is if you want to rest 5 minutes between sets, it's totally fine. You're just wasting a bit of time, but like that's all good if you just want to browse Instagram or whatever. But I think it's good to show people that they have the option of not doing that if they don't want to. So yeah, I like the inclusion of a superset here. And then we finish on a seated tricep pushdown machine, which I personally hate, but I acknowledge fully it might just because my gym had a shit tricep pushdown machine. I would probably, if it was me, just swap this out for a cable pushdown. I think that's better for most people. But basically just some sort of tricep isolation. And then 5-minute cool down on a treadmill. Yeah, once again, you don't really need to do that, but if you want to, build a bit of like extra physical preparedness, move around a little bit more, especially if your goal's weight loss related, not a problem. And then it said rest 1 to 2 minutes in between each set for the workout. Look, I think for beginners, a lot of people would like to get real advanced for like, maybe they go for like, because the advanced bodybuilding rest models are like, talking about when is the muscle recovered, is your cardio recovered, is your, are you systemically recovered, and are you cardiovascularly recovered, like all this complicated stuff. But I honestly think for beginners, sometimes just say 2 minutes to them and it takes stress out of their lives. They just put a timer, 2 minutes, no stress. Is it optimal? No, maybe they rested a bit too short, maybe they rested a bit too long, but at least it's stress-free for beginners. So I actually kind of like that she just gave a rest time. I think that's totally cool. Yeah, I really like this program. But once again, I love the structure. Full body upper lower, I think is just fantastic for a 3-day split. Small little changes I'd make is I personally wouldn't have programmed the Stairmaster. I'd get rid of that. I'd pop hamstring curls in on the lower body day. I would just say barbell shoulder press on the last day. And I'd probably start with some sort of compound on day 3. But honestly, those are small little changes. Oh, and I'd probably swap out the seated tricep push downs to a cable push down. But honestly, this is a really good program, and I think as a beginner, this would get you through your first couple of months, no problemo. Obviously, it's a very beginner program, and you want to progress to something a bit more advanced relatively quickly. But yeah, first 3 months at the gym, this would do you really well. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and have a good rest of your day.